Good morning, afternoon or evening, ladies and gents, and here I will showcase a game of Ptolemies against Ptolemies, and both my opponent and me are rated 1700 plus, and at the start you immediately want to put units to work. Slightly fail at it, because these two slingers are currently idle, and I misplaced my farmstead. I've sent an extra women to berries, which will help me to produce some more units as I've got one more women on berries and a little more food income. So I will send my women to these trees instead of these far trees, because I will need wood income early so I can make camels. And once the farmstead is finished, I will research the wicker basket technology, and I will send the pikemen that we're building the farmstead to woodline. I like to build the farmstead with my pikemen so that my women can gather the berries in the meantime. And I also need a few houses. What I will do is not create more houses than I strictly need to, because that's a wood investment which could be used differently, and I have an idle camel here, so all in all it's not the most convenient at all. And now I should notice that my third camel is being idle, and it runs around, and what I'm trying to do is to shoot this deer towards my CC, and you see that this deer is now a lot closer to my CC. I'm making two more camels for my CC. Now I've got this deer which is close to my CC, and there I see my opponent rushing me. And I meet back off with my rounded units, and I build a tower to defend myself, and once again he's shooting at my camels. I lose one and I retreat. And now I'm sending 7 camels, and my opponent has 6, and I also have the tower, but I mismanaged with my camels. I clicked next to the unit instead of on the unit, and that cost me dearly. What is true that if we check after this fight, we will see that my opponent delayed his eagle by a lot because of this rush. This pikeman has been taking a lot of damage. It has 10 piece and 10 attack, and my opponent is running away, and I know if I just defend, I will be fine. And I'm still not rid of these camels, but again I've got the reinforcements. I see my opponent is trying to attack me again, and I put my pikeman in my tower, and the tower kills 2 camels, so that's very good to start with. So it's 6 camels against 8. This leaves me with a lot more DPS, even though one of them is nearly dead. And now we will run back with all its units, and since the distance is quite large, that will take him a significant time before we reach that. And if we now compare the populations, I'm at 30 and my opponent is also at 30. It's probably because I'm housed and my opponent is also housed. It's super sloppy. Well, I'm still training some camels, so not too close. What you see here is that some camels are attacking my women, but I retreat them down and avoid any casualties. I was expecting there to be a much larger force than just 2 camels, so this is clearly an overreaction. And I'm chasing them to the corner, try to surround them, because they obviously like to run back to their base. And right now I realize there are only 2 of them, so my camels are hunting again. And I do now have the camel in limit advantage when it comes to camels. And soon I will also be only defensive, because it's fairly difficult Ptolemies on any ship without archers or spear cavalry to defend from camel archers. So I'm sending them out to the CC, I think, and then I will go with my camel archers towards my opponent, who has camel archers of his own. But he does not have the same economy as me. Well, he has a little bit more units. So I already have the powers and fertility festival, so I would be able to catch up. But it's still very even, and I need a house somewhere, so that's a bit sloppy for me not to build one right now. There it comes. What I'm seeing here is my opponent has, and I see they are very many. I retreat back to see how many he has, and I see that I have more, so I decide to fight. And that means that I'll be able to kill 2 camels and only lose 1. He is of course retreating towards a safe spot, and he's coming with pikemen. And so now those pikemen are in play. I'll be extra careful. Actually, 2 of them are skirmishes and only 1 pike is there. And well, the slingers have only 50 HP, so they were easy kills. Camels do have double of that, and yet they decide to run away. It's cost me a camel, which is a little bit unfortunate. This lightning would make it very awkward to combat this, and now I have an extra group of camels, and I decide to fight again. And do some combating, and I decide to run again, because I know this pikeman is very far from the spot of working. I have several weapons, so I garrison them in my CC and wait until I get 3 reinforcements. And let's see what I've got here is 60 a 60 population limit, and now I have 7 more population as my enemy, because I'm constantly training on the barracks and also doing fertility testing. Which just surprised me a little is why these dudes with idle for solo. And now that I've got the reinforcements, I've got 13 camels, and I decide to push out again. And there we go. Once more, try to find if there are any easy camels. I'm seeing some camels which are not together, so those are easy pickings. What I'm seeing is that that my opponent has way more camels than I have. To be exact, he is 16 and I'm having 12. So I'm running away because these small differences really make a deciding difference in the fight. So, and I'm garrisoning the camels again for a little extra HP. And this camel is, I'm not doing anything right now. It doesn't need to do anything because I can't combat this larger force. And these camels are hunting. It has to be noted that these camels spend quite long traveling between the position where they hunt and where they drop off the food. For example, this camel, it's 11 minutes and 50 minutes left for the from the granary or the farmstead, and only 15 seconds later it arrives at the spot where there is no deer currently, and also so not the best thing when it comes to hunting. And since a camel has a cutting rate of 5 moves per second, you must have 20 seconds traveling to this point, 20 seconds traveling back, and 4 seconds gathering food. So yeah, so that means that only 5% of the time the unit is gathering food, which it does have a very good rate, but still it's not the most efficient. And because camels are so unstoppable, I've already built a sentry tower, and I've noticed that my opponent is there, so I've run away. And at this moment, my opponent was attacking me, and I was about to attack him, and I decided, let's do some counter-attack, because I'm not getting as much damage in as he is doing to me. These units should be really fighting, which currently I'm not doing, and my opponent captured the tower with the pylon in it. I'm still taking a lot of shots, which saves these things, and in the meanwhile, my opponent garrisoned all his houses, and he is getting slaughtered. 5 dead women, a few dead women here, indeed. I also killed some of the farms, and this is where the difference has been made, actually. He still has these annoying camels. I just decided, let's retreat to here, because I can't fight it at the moment, and this is my opponent does not have any wood currently, so he's not making any more men, and he is desperate for wood, and that's very nice for me, because if you just look at it, this barracks is doing nothing, and this CC is only producing women. So my opponent was capturing my houses, and that's something I could not afford, because then I would be house, and yeah. Right now, this will be a little massacre again, and again he will lose some women and some units, and from now on the difference has been largely made. If you look at the populations, I'm at 87 and my opponent is only at 63, so that means that I've got about 30, that he got 30% population less than me, and here the camels are being fighting, and this is a decent fight for my opponent, but I knew I destroyed his eagle totally, so if this would be an even trade, my opponent won't have the eagle to do a lot else, and he won't be able to attack me, which would be good, as I can't just continue to move. And currently I have 50% more population than my opponent, and that's not something which can easily be recovered from, because I will of course have all my units working all the time, and my opponent will not have the same. Will have fewer units working, so I will be able to train more units than my opponent. And like there, it's actually a point where you cannot come back in this game. So I'm having a stable, which means that I will probably want to wish my opponent continuously, and I have 5 idle pikemen, which isn't the best, and I also have some idols here, and one of the reasons that I've got so many idols is because I'm constantly trying to produce units, but yeah, if you don't have them working, it's really unnecessary to produce them so fast. And now I decide I need to move into the next group of trees, because here is on the left, and I decide, and I raided this woodline entirely, so I knew if I just keep him raiding, he will never be able to, he will always be on the defensive. He will never have the comfort to attack me or build his own economy, because he's constantly disturbed. And I'm having more camels than him. Are there more camels coming out? Not currently. Here is one. And when you look at the population, I'm at 108, and my opponent is at 85. So currently it seems like I'm waiting for something. I wanted to get the second barracks to get more units, and I'm placing my third barracks right here, because that will increase my territory to these trees, and these trees would be nice to have in my territory, so I can mine them efficiently. And this is another battle, because I have 4 more camels than my opponent. This will turn out horribly for him, and he's also mismicroing his camels, and they are running instead of shooting, and currently it is 10 versus 3, which means I lost 4 and he lost 6. And on top of that, I already had the numbers advantage. So basically, he is left with very little. And he also sent the pikemen forward to support. And those pikemen also get shot down because his camels were gone before the pikemen came to play. Right now, I have 11 camels. My opponent has none, so my camels are moving again. Am I thinking about going to phase 2? Yes, I am. Here I've got some idols again, and these camels need to get things done, and they will. My opponent has a sentry tower here, but just a sentry tower doesn't help a lot. And I've been shooting these units. There are 24 of them, and all of them are currently idle because a group of 14 camel archers came close. And I'm in phase 2, and I decided to build a tower, so I do have something to retreat to. And my opponent built an outpost, and that outpost is currently empty, so that doesn't do a lot. And right now again, I'm busy building all the buildings which I want for phase 2, and which I really need to pay an eye on in next games is to avoid idols, because I've got some idols standing here, and on the other hand, what I'm continuously doing is harassing my opponent. These are 2 less pikemen. Now that the pikemen is garrisoned in the outpost, we will see that my camels stopped shooting him for some reason. I know this looks silly, but this will remain the case for some time, that my camels aren't doing anything. Again, I will be shooting at my opponent. He was trying to build a tower, but I shot the foundation before it really got laid down, and now I'm letting him build a tower, because I know in the meantime I inflicted several casualties on his slingers, and I also know that soon I will be on my way to phase 3, and surprisingly I was able to deny this tower, which means that there will be a battle, and I do have a healer, which is nice. I do have these 2 pikemen which are weak, and for some reason I sent him just back to battle, because I don't know. I'm taking camels and shooting again, investments again, and I want my slingers to attack the camels, and accidentally they moved towards the slingers because I didn't click correctly, and I also think they were chopping wood instead of attacking the slingers. I'm currently fighting my opponent all the time, non-stop, not trying to reach my people. However, close to you see 25 idle units or so. It's really good that. However, in this case, I could afford having so many items. And there goes the healer. I see my opponent is doing more units, so I just feed my camels to the back of my temple. He accidentally loses. What am I going to do with my camel? They are full HP, and my opponent is going to run away. My opponent has reached phase 2 a moment ago and is upgrading his towers. And well, that doesn't really matter so much. I saw some camels, which made me afraid that he might have more than me, and if he has more than me, I wouldn't want to fight, so instead I'm looking for other vulnerable spots, and here would be a vulnerable spot. I don't know if I will be able to reach that, but I don't think I will stop just because that's a new tower. Probably I knew that there was a wood line here, which has disappeared now, and now I'm trying to look on these trees. What this group of camels has done is that they have turned all these units to idle, so that's not super bad. And I think currently I am on my way to phase 3, and once I'm in phase 3 I will be able to take these towers down easily. And I'm just guarding my military colony that's getting built. Something which I also have done is to loom upgrade, which means that my women have 50 health, which is really nice if you're getting rushed. I'm a siege workshop behind my military colony. Because there are so many towers here, I can't really get a lot done. So I'm just waiting until the siege workshop completes. And in the meanwhile, there is a counterattack while I'm currently striking his units. And the counterattack gets cancelled because my camels show up. What you see is that since the tower isn't very deadly to my troops, and they're still alive. What's also nice is that I've got a healer, which is elite rank, and such a healer means 15 hit points every 2 seconds. So that's fairly good. And once this ramp has been produced, I will be able to get rid of these towers. And my opponent does not seem to have a lot of stock ramps. And I need some houses. And I see that I'm getting counter-attacked. So my women are losing, I think, 4 women, because of the loom, and my opponent lost 4 camels, so it's not the worst in the end. Currently the ram is moving forwards. Cleopatra is out, and Cleopatra has 27 base damage, so she's a really good archer. And Cleopatra is fairly affordable, only costing 550 resources. A very good archer, and on top of that she has a very good cavalry. Now I'm currently doing a major attack on my opponent, and I'm ramming down 2 stars. Well, there's nothing my opponent can do to stop this. And I've also got an elephant, which is very powerful.
Yes,
I've got 2 units.
yes,
2 of them are
yes,
elite rank. And there is also a bolt shooter unpacking in the back. So, and of course Cleopatra will do some extra damage. So if you go to observer view, you can a match of units. My opponent mainly has pikemen. Pikemen don't do a lot of damage. That's actually all he seems to have when it comes to military. And these pikemen are still alive, and they won't be into my troops. I want to retrieve this elephant and heal it. And I think it dies. Yeah, there it is. I have another, I think, and because now I'm in a strong position, I'm unpacking my bolt shooters in a very aggressive position, which allows me to shoot everything nearly CC, and soon everything will be toast. And you see a bolt shooter one-shotting a camel. Right now it's off, and yeah, that's it. So it displayed that in the early game you would rush with camels. If you get attacked while you are thinking about attacking yourself, it sometimes might be very worthwhile to accept that the opponent's attack is going to do damage, which I did, and just continue counter-attack, and counter-attack denied this entire area for a while, and that was the point where the difference was made, and well, it's over. So I hope you enjoyed this game, and I will see you in the next video.